Hey guys, this is Justin, aka Hambone, just here to let you know a couple of things that we have going on with the channel. One, we have a Patreon. If you can and want to support us, you can do that. As little as $1. You can join the Discord. We also have a merch store where you can get some cool shirts, mugs, and stuff with all of our different shows and labels on there. And thank you for all of our supporters that have already been there with us.
You're gonna vibe to that every single time we start a show, aren't you?
All the time, guys. Welcome. We are. It's a live episode of The Rally. We are breaking down rounds 3 and 4 at Indian Wells. I am your host, Fares and Adelia, but I am not alone. I'm never alone in breaking down the sweet, beautiful game of the volleys and the drop shots. I'm with my right hand person, Adelia Chamberlain. Adelia, how are you?
I am very tired. It's been a very long day, but I am excited to talk some tennis with you, Fares.
Absolutely. Shout out to people in the chat. We got Lunch Break Hot Take. Shout out to Jose, and we got Brodney in the chat. Shout out to Brodney. By the way, guys, before we get into breaking down the tennis, like you saw in that video, but this is for the audio feed. Yes, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/LGR_network. We have 4 tiers, guys. 4 tiers that range from $1 to $15. At the $1 tier, you get entrance into our Discord, as well as a Patreon-only show, LGR After Snark. It's for the patrons, by the patrons. Snark and Danny interview you guys and the team, and y'all just have fun. Y'all can go for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It depends on how flow the conversation is. And then we got the $5 tier. There's entrance into our our football pick'ems league, as well as our March Madness bracket challenge currently going on right now. The March Madness bracket challenge at the $5 tier and up, you get that entry, as well as full-length, unedited reactions of our show, our show watch-alongs with our $10 and plus patrons. You get that as well. Last night, me, Adelia, Justin, and Matt, we watched The Mandalorian episode 3 with our $10 plus patrons, Sean and Brandy. You got to see all our reactions. That's what you get as well. And then we get to our $10 tier, our fantasy football tier. You get entrance into our fantasy football tier, fantasy football league, as well as you join us for those reactions. You are the family. It is LGR family for a reason, because y'all remember back in the day when you would come home at 5 o'clock and your popcorn's on the TV and you sit down and you watch I Love Lucy with your mom and your dad. That's what the $10 tier does. We watch it together. We are a family. We watch the shows together. Last of Us, The Mandalorian, you name it, we watch it together because we are a family. That's the way we do business around here. And then I think the tier that you get the most bang for your buck, it is our executive tier, $15. You dictate content on the channel. Once a month, you can request a video, any topic you want, and we do that topic. You can be on the video or not on the video, whatever you prefer. This month, we have 2 requests. Brennan Marr requested that me and Danny, unfortunately, Danny couldn't do it because of the thunderstorms. So me and Brennan ended up talking about Adelia, Oscar victories that made us hit us in the heart and the soul and that we loved. It was a phenomenal video with Brennan. Second $15 patron, Brandy, has requested me and Justin talk about soap operas. And in her case, she's not going to be on the video because she doesn't want to. She wants only me and Justin to talk about soap operas. Do we watch soap operas? Do we like soap operas? Do we know what the heck they are? That's what me and Justin will talk about. As well as once a month, like I said, you get to cash in any appearance on any LGR show whenever you want, any show. I heard a little birdie told me, Adelia, that a fellow Canadian named Ryan Christensen may cash in his ticket to join Playoff Beers in a couple weeks. So keep an eye on that. So those are the Patreon tiers. And again, as well, lastly, but not thusly, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn that notification bell on because you want to know when the videos drop. They usually drop at 3 o'clock, but sometimes we switch it up. We may drop a video like now going live. We're going live on the rally. but sometimes it's usually 3. So keep that notification bell icon on so you can get all the notifications. We're at, I believe, Adelia, 97 subscribers on
97 subscribers on the channel.
97 subscribers on the channel.
97 subscribers. I want to say as well, on the Patreon, we have annual subscriptions now. Pay for the entire year up front. Help us out
as well.
A little bit more.
As well as this.
That would be great.
That as well. And one more thing about the $5 tier. It's going to be in a couple weeks, the return of Behind the Curtain. In-depth conversations with the team led by Fares, Muthana. But now, Adelia, enough of the Patreon's phenomenal. But you know what's just as phenomenal, Adelia? Tennis. Let's break it down, baby. We're talking about round 3 and 4 at Indian Wells. We're going to be talking quarterfinals in a day or two. So make sure to view that as well. But a couple notable matches in the third round. We have Stan Wawrinka, Stan the man. He defeats 7th ranked in the tournament, Holger Rune, 6-2, 7-6, 7-5. The stats break down this way. Wawrinka, 12 aces to 6 for Rune. Double faults, 1 for Wawrinka, 6 for Rune. Is Rune Holger Rune? Holger Rune.
Rune.
Yeah, Rune. First serve percentages. It's only a 2% difference. Wawrinka 57, Rune 55%. First serve points won, big gap, 10%. 74% for Wawrinka, 64% for Rune, as well as second serve points won, a massive gap. 61% Wawrinka, 47% Rune. Break points, 6 out of 8 for Wawrinka, 3 out of 8 for Rune. Wawrinka originally had match point at 6-2, 5-3, 40-30. He also built leads of 4-0 and 5-2 in the second set tiebreak, but Rune was able to force a third set. This was the 550th career match victory for Wawrinka. He's the 47th man in the Open era to reach that number and the 7th active men's player to do that. It's been a long road back for current form for Wawrinka. He's had 2 foot surgeries. He's missed a year of action between March 2021 and March 2022. But 2 weeks ago, he returned to the top 100 for the first time in over a year, and just by reaching the 4th round at Indian Wells, he's going to rise from number 100 all the way up to the mid 80s. So this has been a big thing for Mr. Stan the man, former Grand Slam champion himself, Stan Wawrinka. Adelia, your initial thoughts on this match?
I am so glad to have Stan Wawrinka back and playing well. I really do like Stan a lot as a player, as a person, maybe not as much, but hey, what's going on, Tony? The match was really good between Wawrinka and Rune. Slightly surprising that Wawrinka was able to beat him, being that Rune is a top 10 player, but Rune is still very young, and he'll have matches like this from time to time. The fact that he was able to force the third set was a good sign, but Wawrinka just sort of, took care of business. And it was, like I said, it's really great to see Wawrinka playing this well again. He's one of the few players that when he was in his prime a few years ago was able to really challenge Djokovic and Nadal and Federer. And I've always appreciated him for that because he broke through and won slams in an era where it was incredibly difficult to do so. And I'm just glad to see him back and playing well. His ranking rising up into the mid-80s means that he's going to probably be able to get direct entry into Roland Garros coming up in May instead of having qualified for it. That's a good sign for him as well. Mm-hmm. Stan, a former French Open champion, of course.
Stan Wawrinka, one of a couple of men to defeat the big 3. A couple of men. I believe the big
in Grand Slam finals.
In Grand Slam finals. He has more than one, by the way, too. He has, I think we have 3. I do 3? 4.
3. He has 3.
He has 3. Murray has 4. So 4 to Murray, 3 to Wawrinka.
They both have 3.
You said Murray? I thought Murray had 4.
Murray won the U.S. Open once and Wimbledon twice.
Okay, I thought he won. I thought he won the Australian Open.
No, Murray also won 2 Olympic gold medals.
Oh,
that's what it is with
right.
Murray. Murray also has the 2 Olympic gold medals.
2 Olympic gold medals. Good point. Okay, so it's them two. Kind of like the dominations kind of started in the early 2000s with Roger and a little bit of Nadal, and Andy Roddick won that one U.S. Open. But then Stan and Andy Murray, in the height of Roger, Nadal, and Djokovic, like when they all three of them just like dominated, them two at points chopped down some wood and got them grand slams. And shout out to them, because like I think if you've been listening to this show, you will know how I say this. 3 men ruined an entire generation of tennis players. An entire generation wiped out.
Couple generations of tennis players.
Couple generations of you. Okay, good point, Adelia. A couple generations.
I mean,
of tennis.
we're talking about like on the last a couple episodes ago that Rafael Nadal's going to fall out of the top 10 for the first time in almost 18 years. That's a couple of generations of tennis players that literally could have been great, but weren't, because those 3 guys dominated for so long. And Murray and Wawrinka are really the only 2 that broke through and won multiple majors in that era, other than them.
Yep. But Adelia, now coming down to another notable third round result that we want to talk about is American Jessica Pegula defeats number 26 Anastasia Potapova. Anastasia Potapova. She defeats her 3-6, 6-4, 7-5. Adelia, break it down for us. How did this match go for Pegula's victory?
Potapova had 4 aces to Pegula's 3. Potapova had 9 double faults. Pegula had 5. First serve percentage for Potapova was 59%. It was 60% for Pegula. First serve points won, 65% for Potapova, 57% for Pegula. Second serve points won, 51% for Potapova, 61% for Pegula. They each won 9 break points in the match. Pegula won from a set down for the second match in a row, but this is really more notable for what happened prior to the match than the match itself. Anastasia Potapova came onto court wearing a Spartak Moscow shirt. It's her favorite football team, and people are kind of really upset about the fact that she's like advertising a Russian thing. She's a Russian player. She's allowed to compete not under her flag, but as a neutral athlete because of the invasion in Ukraine. And it caught the attention of the world number 1, Iga Swiatek, who told reporters that she had discussed the incident with the WTA Tour and criticized them for a lack of clarity around the entire situation with Russian and Belarusian athletes. The WTA apparently told her that they're going to tell the other players they cannot promote any Russian teams, but this was all over Twitter. I don't know why she thought it was a good idea to wear anything promoting anything to do with Russia. I understand that she's Russian. She's probably a proud Russian, but it's not a good idea on the tennis tour right now. We had another incident in the tournament where Lizia Sharenko, a Ukrainian player, had a panic attack before her match against Arina Sabalenka, who is Belarusian, and had to withdraw before the match was even played because she couldn't play the match. The anxiety over having to face someone who's so involved, whose country is so involved in what is happening in her country. This is going to continue to be an issue, and the fact that they're just letting, I understand that it is not the tennis players' problem that Russia invaded Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand the Ukrainian players going, but that's your country that invaded mine. And I just think there needs to be more clarity from the WTA Tour, from the ATP Tour, from the ITF on why they are still allowed to play. Because we're going to have more situations like this the longer this situation in Ukraine goes on, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a fine line. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, because Arina Sabalenka, it wasn't in like those war meetings saying we should go invade them. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what she's thinking. You don't know. She hasn't really said much. She doesn't really say much anyway. She keeps quiet.
Most of the players haven't really said much.
Yeah, like most of the players haven't said anything because they're kind of, if they say something against it, the Russian government's like, excuse me? If they say something for it, the tennis players are like, excuse me? And then they're like, what do you want from us? See, this is what I do, Adelia. This is what I do with pro athletes, entertainers. people who do stuff to entertain us, because I believe entertainment is extremely valuable. Like who want to be entertainers, because a sports person is an athlete as well as an entertainer. I don't expect them to be political leaders, to be leaders of consciousness. I don't expect that from them. I don't. If they want to be that, they can be that. And okay, cool. But I don't look to athletes for consciousness, for political commentary.
Yeah.
Breaking down social structure. That's not what I look for. There are people who dedicate their lives to do that. I come from the world that Malcolm X quote where he asks, why do you keep expecting black folk for our entertainers to talk about us? Come to the black intellectuals. You don't ask white people about their court jesters. You don't ask the white athlete to speak on issues. So I don't expect any athlete to speak on issues. I don't. But if they want to, they can. And I won't fault them for that. Good. And I applaud them. But I'm not gonna put them over a guillotine and kill them for saying, why aren't you talking about this? If they want to, good. If they don't want to, it's whatever, in my opinion. And I think the Belarusian athletes are kind of, it's in a rock and a hard place. They're really screwed either way. They're screwed, and like Andre Rublev is like, bro, what do you, like, sorry, like I didn't do it, like my fault, like, I'm Russian, but like I don't agree. He said no war. I don't agree. Like what do you else do? Like they're kind of just staying quiet. Yeah. They're not saying nothing. And especially the Russian players of note, of prominence. Andrei Rublev, Daniil Medvedev, Arina Sabalenka, she's Belarusian. Like them. They're the top three if you think about it. They're like not really saying anything because they're screwed either way. They're screwed either way. By the way, I want to talk about Jessica Pegula real quick, Adelia. Do you think her lack of serve is gonna hinder her from winning any majors?
I mean, it has so far, because that's kind of the thing that's faltered in her like semifinal losses in tournaments and things. If she can get that together, like that's not a horrible serving day, 60% for serves first in, but 57 only winning 57% of her first serve points. That's not great. Her second serve wasn't bad, but she's going to have more consistency on that shot if she wants to challenge somebody like Iga, who is phenomenal server.
Yeah, I don't think she has a very good serve. Like I don't think she can handle the serve sometimes. Sometimes it looks like the serve just like when Vika beat her. What did I tell you? If she can't handle Vika's serve, it's over. And what did Vika do? She brushed her off the line. I saw her step back a couple.
That's a return of serve. That's not Pegula's serve.
Okay, I'm saying both. The serve is like kind of screwing her over in both.
Okay, well, those are two entirely different shots. A serve and a return of serve are two entirely different shots.
Well, Adelia, I don't fully know the terminology of tennis yet. Give me a minute. Only been watching for a year.
I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, you know what I mean, though, right? Like I feel like either she's kind of like not screwed either way, in my opinion. I don't want her to be. I'm a big fan of Jessica Pegula, but I feel like if Iga or Sabalenka, it is Pegula.
Yes,
it is.
I said I love Jessica Pegula.
Oh, okay. I thought you said her name is Pegula, and I was like, my bad. I was like, I did say her name right. But yeah, like I feel like if Iga and Arina Sabalenka, if they ever see her in a final or see her in a semi, they're just licking their chops around like, ooh, girl, you're screwed. Like, that's the feeling I'm having. I could be incorrect, but it's just just this feeling, Adelia. I feel like Iga Swiatek just looks at her. If she ever faces her in the final, I feel like Iga Swiatek is like, "Oh, you're not gonna handle this serve. I'm gonna crush you."
Yeah.
Oh, and you're like, your serve isn't.
Jessie has beaten Iga.
She has once.
I don't know if she has. Maybe. Let me look it up. You keep talking.
Yeah. Okay. Look. But like, I could be wrong. I'm just having this feeling, It's a feeling, it's a feeling. I could be wrong. It's a gut feeling. Sometimes gut feelings are wrong, but there's just moments where I'm watching her match where I'm like, when I see her serve, when I see her like fight the serve, I'm like, it's just very, very meh.
Okay.
Very,
They've played 7 times. Iga's won 5 times. Jesse's won twice.
Okay, so she's 5-2.
Jesse's most recent win was beating her 6-2, 6-2 in the United Cup warm-up for the Australian Open. That was a tournament, but it was also kind of like an exhibition tournament because it was combined teams of men and women playing for their country. It wasn't like a just regular tournament. The last time they played in a regular tournament was in the final in Doha a few weeks ago, and Jessie won 3 games. Exactly. I mean, yeah.
And I want her to be in the juggernaut. I want her to beat her. What she didn't. What do you like? I didn't say anything that was incorrect. I asked her. I asked her that. What you talking about? See, Tony, you're a hater. You know what? Haters. Haters all around. Haters all around. You know, Adelia, you know how you know you're doing something right? You got haters. Like I want her to be like, I need her, because I feel like Coco is she's still not there yet. She's still not there yet for someone.
Coco's still very young.
Yeah, she's like very young, so she's not there yet. So I'm sorry, I'm putting all my chips in American women's tennis on Jessica. I want her to be successful. I really do. Serena, Venus, they're done. They love playing tennis, but they're like, well, I'll play it when I want to play it. You know what I mean? Like Jessica's on the tour. She's the highest ranking American, period. She's 3rd in the world.
That's true. Like, male or female.
Male or female. American. She's the highest American. Then you have Fritz at 5. But it's her and Fritz. And I want them to win. I want Fritz to defend his Indian Wells title. But if Tiafoe wins it, I wouldn't be sad either. If you know what I mean, big foe. Probably buy that raspberry shirt. Should I get that shirt and wear it? Should I get that shirt and wear it on the show?
I mean, that is entirely up to you. I wouldn't wear that shirt.
You know what, big foe. I may wear the shirt if he wins Indian Wells, Adelia. I know because I saw it on Twitter. Someone said if he wins Indian Wells, he'll buy the shirt. I'm going with the Twitter guy. If Francis Tiafoe wins Indian Wells, I'll buy one of them weird bacteria shirts he be wearing, and I'll wear it on the show.
Okay.
You know what? I'll buy it. But yeah, other WTA results and ATP results.
Would you like me to go through the other results of round 3?
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's a lot of them, and we can just skip some of them.
And some of them names I ain't even touching.
Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz, the world number 1 on the men's side, beat Talon Griekspoor. Casper Ruud lost to Christian Garin, the Chilean.
Can we talk about
this
match?
A surprising result, but yes, we can talk about this match. Go ahead.
Like, do you want to? Okay, he looked horrible. Casper didn't look very good.
He did not look good in this match. No.
He looked pretty. He's like here's the thing. It is sometimes when I watch a tennis player play bad, I think to myself, am I just okay? Like I'm a new fan. Is he as bad as I think he's playing right now? Like I was very confused. So he was really bad. Because I think he played very.
Casper is not playing well at the moment.
Yeah.
I think he's won 4 matches all year.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, right? As a new fan of things, Adelia, sometimes you don't know what's good, what's bad. Like same thing with hockey. I still don't know what good hockey looks like. I don't. I just generally don't. But like here, when I was watching Casper, I was like, dude, this dude's taking Casper to school. Like he's not very good right now. Like it's been bad.
Yeah.
And if you're saying he didn't
someone like
good,
when someone like Christian Garin, who is a Chilean who grew up playing on clay courts and is known more as a clay courter, is beating the 3rd-ranked player in the world on a hard court at a tournament like Indian Wells, something did not go right for the 3rd-ranked player in the world. And that's what happened with Casper. He's not been in very good form all year. He did play very well in his first match at the tournament in the 2nd round, but Casper's got to get it together, and he's got to get it together soon, because otherwise he's going to lose a ton of points at Roland Garros when he doesn't defend finals points because he made the final there last year, and his ranking will plummet.
Yeah, he probably didn't want to make that final last year. Is that really a
I
final?
think he wanted to make the final. I just don't think he wanted to play. I don't think he wanted to play Rafa in the final.
Dude, that episode of Breakpoint was probably one of the was a great episode.
It was a great episode. Taylor Fritz beat Sebastian Baez. Medvedev came from he dropped a set to Ilya Ivashko, which is kind of surprising. Andrei Rublev beat Hugo Humbert. Felix won in straight sets somehow, but I believe is that the match that had the.
That's the one
No, that's
where
not
the first match.
That was the one before.
Oh, you sure? Okay.
I'm pretty sure that that was the round before. Tommy Paul beat Hubie Hurkacz. That was somewhat of a surprise to me. Cameron Norrie beat Taro Daniel.
That was a good
Yannick
match.
Sinner beat Adrian Manarino. That was a good match. Alexander Zverev beat Emil Ruusuvuori. That was a very good match.
Phenomenal.
What?
That was a great match.
It was a
phenomenal
great match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame that it had to be Zverev that won that match, but it was a great match.
Yeah.
Alejandro Davidovich Fokina beat Karen Hashimoff. It was a semifinalist at the US Open. Francis Tiafoe, we just talked about, beat Jason Kubler. Jack Draper, the young Brit, beats the elder statesman of the British crew, Andy Murray. And Jordan Thompson, who beat Stefano Tsitsipas in the first round, lost to Alejandro Tabilo, another clay courter from Chile. So that was a surprising result.
Shout out to the Chileans.
You
missed one. You missed one.
Oh, Martin Fucsovics beat Alex Molchan.
Yeah.
Martin Fucsovics beat Alex Molchan. Iga Swiatek beat Bianca Andreescu. That was a good match. That was probably that second set in that match, the tiebreak set. It was probably one of the most competitive sets I've seen Iga play in a while. We talked about the Arina Sabalenka beating Leslie Shrenko with a walkover. Ons Jabeur lost to Marketa Vondrousova, which was surprising to me. Ons did not look comfortable in that whole match. Why?
She's not healthy. On one of the Ons Jabeur I found out because on one of the broadcasts, you know how some of these have announcing, some of these don't. One of the Ons Jabeur broadcasts, they bring up she had surgery 2 months ago.
Yeah,
she had surgery, so she's not fully healthy. Why is she playing tennis? I don't understand.
She's got to work her way back into form. So
yeah. So they said it was a minor surgery, but surgery is still surgery, and I think she's just kind of like working through some things. I think when the clay court season comes around, I think she's gonna be more healthy around clay court season. So watch out for that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Just running through some other winners from round 3 because it doesn't really matter at this point. We've already had round 4. Caroline Garcia beat Leylah Fernandez. Coco won. Maria Sakkari won. Elena Rybakina beat Paula Badosa. That was a good match.
It was a good match. Doubles partners, by the way.
Emma Raducanu beat Beatrice. Emma Raducanu beat Beatrice Haddad-Maia, who was the 13th. This is Emma's first top 20 win since the semifinals of the 2021 US Open, which surprised me. Petra Kvitova beat Yelena Ostapenko in a crazy match that was love 6-6, love 6-4. I feel like only Yelena Ostapenko can play matches like that.
Yeah.
And
also,
then
too,
Barbara
Adelia...
Krejcikova won.
Oh yeah, she did.
Go ahead, Fares.
No, I was gonna say Karolina Pliskova defeated Veronika Kudermetova. She beat her 6-1, 7-5. I think we forgot about that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of skipping through those because some of them.
Yeah.
You did say them both correctly. That was great.
Shout out to the Czechs. Shout out to the Czechs. I know how to say the Czech names.
All right, let's move on to some notable 4th round results. Petra Kvitova beat Jessica.
Speaking of one of the Czechs, this is probably one of the best matches.
One of the Czechs. Petra.
This is probably one of the best matches in Indian Wells.
This is the best women's match I've seen in Indian Wells so far. Petra Kvitova beat Jessica Pegula 6-2, 3-6, 7-6. There was a 24-point tiebreak. It's
13-11.
To end it.
13-11.
13-11. Kvitova saved a match point at 5-4 in the final set, then saved another 3 match points in the tiebreak. Pegula saved 3 match points in the tiebreak as well before Kvitova converted a 4th match point to win. Kvitova had 4 aces to Pegula's 2. Kvitova with 8 double faults, Pegula's 1. First serve percentage 57% for Kvitova, 63% for Pegula. First serve points won 65% for Kvitova, 57% for Pegula. Second serve points won 51% for Kvitova, 59% for Pegula. Petra broke her 6 times. Jessie broke her 5 times. It was a great back and forth match. We can talk about Coco in a minute, Jose. Is that Jose?
We will.
Probably.
Yeah, it was Jose. That's Jose.
Rodney was in here earlier.
Yeah, him and Jose. But now in that match made my heart pop. It was pumping. Cause like
it was so great.
It was phenomenal. I was on the edge of my seat. I loved it. It was great rallies. Resolve. I'm so sad someone had to lose this match, and I'm very sad that it was Jessica who ended up losing this match. But it was Jessica didn't lay down. Here's the thing about Jessica. She doesn't lay down. She doesn't lay down.
No, she doesn't.
She just she
fighter.
Beat. Yeah, that's why I'm so like I get so emotional and visibly upset when I watch her matches, because I see her like giving 125%. She's giving it everything. And so she just doesn't, sometimes she just doesn't win. And I'm like, oh, if I was watching her matches and I saw her go 75% most of the time, I wouldn't care. It's like every time I watch Nick Kyrgios, I don't give a damn. He wins, he loses, whatever. You know what I mean? There's other things why I don't give a shit about Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah.
But if Jessica doesn't do that, she gives everything. It's just this is the great thing about sport, Adelia. Someone has to lose. Someone has to lose. And I'm just angry that it's Jessica sometimes. I'm just that match in Australia, was it against Vika or was it against Arina Sabalenka? Who did she lose to? Was it Vika?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think it was Vika.
I'll look.
I was just like just like because I've become a big fan of Jessica Pegula. I've become a big fan. I've become a big fan, and not just because she's American. Because honestly, there's some Americans I don't give a god darn about. She
It was Vika.
She fights. It was Vika. I knew it. Oh yeah, I did say if she doesn't stop Vika's serve, she loses, and that's what happened. Her and Coco have a great relationship. She just every time I see her in an interview, I just like what she says. She comes off very nicely. Has a great personality. Tremendous tennis player. Sometimes I wanted to win one. I just wanted to win one. Man. That's it.
I think she has it in her to put it together and win one. It's just that it's really hard to win one when you've got people like Iga and Arena at the top of the game right now doing what they're doing.
Yeah. Now, speaking of another North American, Felix Auger-Aliassime defeated other American Tommy Paul 6-3, 3-6, 7-6. Paul actually led early 3 sets to love in the third set. 3 games to love in the third set. The 3 games to love in the third set had 3 match points that Auger-Aliassime saved to get back to a tiebreak, and then led 6-3 in the tiebreak before Auger-Aliassime came back to win. Auger-Aliassime saved a total of 6 match points. 6 match points. Auger-Aliassime, big server.
6 match points.
6 match points. Auger-Aliassime, his serve is lethal. 12 aces to 0 for Paul, but 7 double faults for Auger-Aliassime, 4 for Tommy Paul. First serve in percentage. Crazy. 69% Paul, 58% Auger-Aliassime. First serve points won, though, 79%. 69%. 69% Paul, 78% Auger-Aliassime. And then second serve points won 52% to the 53% for OJ Aliassim. Oh, Felix, the man wants to kill me. He wants to legitimately murder me, Adelia. He wants to kill me. He wants to kill me.
He does
He
tend
never
to make it very hard on himself.
unnecessarily. Like, what are you doing?
Yes, very unnecessarily.
Like, seriously, like he's always down a set or two in the first. No, he's always down a game or two in the first set. He always has to win 7-5. He never wins 6-2. He never wins 6-1. He never wins 6-3. I don't see that from him. He never
had
does
an
that.
hour and a half long first set the other day.
Unnecessary.
That's longer than Iga Swiatek's match was.
Iga's done by an hour. Iga's done. Her match is over, and Felix is still in set number 1. I don't get it.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I don't understand it. Just unnecessary.
I don't understand why Felix. Unfortunately, with Felix, this has been a pattern. He has done this since he came on tour, and this is just the way that Felix plays. And I mean, I don't want to accept it, but I've kind of grown to accept it because I don't know what else to tell you, Fares. Like,
I will not accept
just
it.
What Felix does.
I won't accept it.
I really want him to get his act together and win faster because it costs him in big tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
He gets too worn out. It uses up too much of his energy in the early rounds because he spends, hours on court when he should be beating these guys easily. And then he gets up against somebody that he really has to test himself against, and he has no energy.
Irritating. It's irritating. I spent months trying to learn his name. Spent months finding reasons to like him. And he just wants to kill me. He just wants to kill me. He just wants to legitimately murder me. And I don't appreciate it, man. Because I'm having heart palpitations watching this dude. I watched an hour and a half of that set, and I'm like, okay, good. I forgot we were still in set number 1, Adelia. I thought the match was over. I was like, okay, good. Now we're done. He's like, all right, set number 1 goes to OJ Aliassim. I'm like, wait, what? I got 2 more sets of this?
Yep.
Possibly? What? Why? Why are you so allergic to 6-1? Tell me why. Why is 6-1 not good enough for you? I don't understand. Why do you need to have epics? He is one of only 3 men to take Rafa to the 5th set at Roland Garros. So I'm like,
yep.
Why? Like, why do you do this to me? Stop it. And if you are going to do this to me, win something, please. Like, win a major.
Yeah.
I need you to win one, please. So there's that.
I still think Felix will win one day.
Hey man, I think you know what I did it. Hey, watch him. Watch out for him at the French Open. Watch out.
He's good on clay courts, so that could be.
Hey man, if Rafa isn't fully healthy, if he's not fully healthy,
yeah.
Watch out. All right, Adelia. Other ATP results we got. Carlos Alcaraz defeats Jack Draper 6-2, 2-0. Draper had to retire. I didn't see the reason. Was it injury related?
It's an ab injury. He injured his abdominal, and he got hurt, and he couldn't continue. So that sucked because that was a match I was really looking forward to, and I did enjoy that first set, even though it was pretty lopsided to Alcaraz.
Yeah. And then defending Indian Wells champion Taylor Fritz defeated Martin Fucsovics. Yes. 6-4, 6-3. And then we had Daniil Medvedev defeating Alexander Zverev. And quite an epic. I'm not gonna lie to you. Quite.
Yeah, was pretty with a sprained ankle as well.
With a sprained ankle.
Medvedev sprained his ankle badly in that match.
Yeah. So he defeats Zverev 6-7, 7-6, 7-5. Cam Norrie did defeat Andrei Rublev, unfortunately. Yeah, now there's only one Russian man left. Norrie defeats Rublev. Yannick Sinner. Hey, man, watch out for Yannick Sinner. the Sin Man. The Sin Man. Wait, that's a bad name. The original sin. The seven deadly sins.
That's not a good name at all.
Oh, I got it.
Just call him Yannick.
Yannick. No. Yannick, the seven deadly sinners. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
But it's not sinners. It's just sinner.
Well, it's a nickname. Okay, the seven deadly sinner. Yeah, that's still good. That's still good. Yeah, seven deadly is what I'm gonna call him.
I'm just
from now on.
Call him Yannick.
You know what? Be boring. Okay. All right. Yannick Sinner defeated Stan Wawrinka 6-1, 6-4. Big Foe defeats Alejandro Tabilo 6-4, 6-4. And then Alejandro Davinovich Fokina, you see that? I know these names. Defeats Christian Garon 6-3, 6-4.
Garin.
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 Both Chilean.
Like that.
I think it's probably Garin. Both clay court Chileans got bounced out in round number 4 by Alejandro and Francis. Seven Deadly defeats Stan the Man. Hey man, that's a great nickname battle. Stan the Man and Seven Deadly. You know, shout out to you, Seven Deadly. But the women on the women's side.
You remind me of Brad Gilbert right now.
No. Don't compare me to that man. That man wants to give people nicknames because he doesn't want to say their names. I can say Yannick. Yannick, Seven Deadly Sinner. You know what I mean? It's Seven Deadly. Shout out to you, Seven Deadly. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what? I'm a genius sometimes. I'm a genius. I'm a goddamn genius. You know what? I'm a goddamn genius. I love me some me. You know what? Who also loves them some them.
WTA round 4.
Iga Swiatek defeated Emma Raducanu 6-3, 6-1. Raducanu, man, she gets a lot of hate on Twitter, man. She gets a lot of people go after her. I don't know why. I don't understand. You know, she's still young. She's like 19.
Parents, that's why.
Yeah, I know you're right. You know, like no. Here's the thing, man. Like Arina Sabalenka is 24. She finally won her first major. You know what I mean? And now she's figuring it out. So y'all having like the 19-year-old man? Like, give her a minute. Give her a minute, bro.
Emma Raducanu broke through and won a Grand Slam when she was probably too young and too unprepared to have actually done so.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's working her way back up. Like I said, she had her first top 20 win since the semifinals of the U.S. Open she won 2 years ago. And I think she's putting it all together. Plus, she's had a lot of injury. She injured her ankle down in Australia. She had tonsillitis right before this tournament. Like, I think Emma Raducanu had a fantastic tournament, and people that send her hate on Twitter are just dumb.
Very, very not cool. Very not cool. Arina Sabalenka did defeat Barbara Krejcikova. Barbara Krejcikova was on a hot streak, but unfortunately her hot streak was shut down by I think it's called is she the lion? The lovable lion? Something lion? Something. I don't know. She defeats her 6-3.
Arina Sabalenka.
2-6. Arina Sabalenka. 6-3. Damn, now I am like Brad Gilbert. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. You know, I'll take that back. All right.
Yes.
Brad Gilbert. Yeah. 6-3. I'm kidding, Brad Gilbert. I'm joking. I don't know you. I'm just kidding. Come on the show, Brad Gilbert. By the way, come on.
I love Brad Gilbert, but the nicknames get to be a bit much sometimes.
Yeah. 6-3, 2-6, 6-4. And then Carolina Garcia got upset by Sorana
Cirstea.
She beat Caroline Garcia 6-4, 4-6, 7-5. How? Okay, I know seating wise, this was an upset, Adelia. But sometimes, you know, like Raducanu beating Beatrice Haddad Maia is an upset. But like some people were like, was this like a proper upset? Like, whoa, we did not see that coming.
Yes.
Why?
Sorana Cirstea is a good player. She's been a good player for a long time. But she's never been a top 5 in the world player like Caroline Garcia is.
Okay. Understandable.
I mean, it's really that simple.
Cool. World number 6. And the other American that I root for with a passion is Coco Gauff defeated Swedish Rebecca Peterson 6-3, 1-6, 6-4. There's that. I think Peterson was having a good run.
Great couple of weeks for Rebecca Peterson.
Great couple of weeks for Rebecca
Peterson.
Couple of upsets. Who did she upset? I don't remember currently. She upset a couple people.
Yeah, I have to look it up. But she definitely reached the finals at the tournament in Mexico prior to the tournament. And then I think she beat Marta Kostyuk in the first round here, if I'm not mistaken, who had just won the tournament in Austin the week before. So it's a great couple of weeks for Rebecca Peterson as far as results go.
I'm looking at it right here. I think Rebecca Peterson defeated Zhang Shuai. Zhang Shui. She defeated her 3-0. Then Shui had to retire, so she had a walkover kind of. So there was that as well. So she kind of like had a little breathing room. But then we move on to, this is a match I really want to talk about today because controversy spurred up in this match. Actually, someone was accused of cheating by their opponent.
Okay.
Maria Sakkari defeated Karolina Pliskova 6-4, 5-7, 6-3. Karolina accused Maria Sakkari of, I didn't get the full quote, but the quote was, she touched one of the balls near the net. I think it was, so like, it was something where she shouldn't have been touching. It was like illegal touching. Like, don't be touching stuff. You know what I mean? And there was no handshake.
Okay. That could mean so many different things.
No, that was the quote I saw.
Hit at the net. It could mean she hit the ball over the net. It could mean she touched the net physically with her person. I don't know exactly what happened there. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard about it. I don't know what happened, but it's interesting.
Right, I think.
Well, you're looking up the quote.
Right here. I'm on the tennis world. Karolina Pliskova annoyed with Maria Sakkari. Greek denies any wrongdoing. Karolina Pliskova seemingly gave Maria Sakkari a bit of a cold handshake after a little drama in the third set of their Indian Wells round 6 matchup. In the 8th game of the third set, Pliskova felt that Sakkari's racket touched one of the balls that went out of the court, but the chair ump did not see it, and Sakkari denied the ball ever touched her racket. The point was awarded to Sakkari.
Okay, so the ball was called out as an out shot, but Pliskova says no, that hit Sakkari's racket on its way out, so it shouldn't count as an out on her. It should be out on Sakkari. And she should. Okay.
I think I'm about to see some video. Shout out to the Tennis Letter on Twitter. Shout out to them. I think then there is some. Here's the replay. I see the replay. I see it. Ooh, that angle doesn't look like it hit it. I need another angle. It's
probably going to be extraordinarily hard to tell.
Yeah, I need a front angle. I only got the back angle. I need a front angle. I'm sorry. I can't really see that. I need another angle. Oh.
Okay, well, Fares is watching that. Elena Rybakina beat Varvara 6-3, 6-love. And Karolina Mukova beat Marketa Vondrousova in 3 sets. And that was my Google, if you just picked that up, decided to speak. We had a couple of quarterfinals today, 2 on the men's side, 2 on the women's side, one of which involved Coco Gauff. Not a good day for Coco. She lost to Aryna Sabalenka 6-4, 6-love. And then we had Maria Sakkari beat Petra Kvitova 6-1 in the third. So I think that's our semifinal, Sakkari versus Sabalenka. And we had a couple of men's quarterfinals as well. Frances Tiafoe winning against, who did Frances Tiafoe play? I don't remember.
Cam Norrie,
that's right. He beat Cam Norrie today. And Daniil Medvedev won in straight sets. I think this has got to be his 17th or 18th straight win now, Medvedev. He injured his ankle, like I said, in the Zverev match. But he's still going on this hot streak. And he's looking to win his 4th tournament out of 4. I think he's in good form. He's had some tough matches. He's had some tough sets, but Medvedev is hard to stop right now.
I needed another angle, Adelia. I needed another angle. From that back angle, it's not It's not good enough for me. I need another one. I need side.
Yeah,
the side one would be
yeah.
perfect. Side one would be perfect. All right.
Well, I don't think that exists. Probably.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looked like it just kept carrying. I didn't see any trajectory because it would have if it touched the racket, it would have bounced like that way because it would have like the racket was right here, right? And it would have bounced that way, but it just kept going the trajectory. It just kept going. So
Yeah.
I don't think it touched the racket. But I need another angle to be 100% sure. I'm at 60%. I'm at 60%.
Okay.
Another angle would definitely quelch my nerve. All right, Adelia.
Okay.
Talked rounds 3 and 4 of Indian Wells. In a couple of days, we're going to be talking about the quarterfinals. So there's that. Any other final thoughts overall? Has this been a good tournament, you think?
I think this has been a really good tournament. Indian Wells is usually a good tournament. I'm continually amused by Daniil Medvedev doing well here, considering how much he hates the courts. And he is not shy about telling anyone that he hates the courts. And I saw a very funny tweet where someone said, where you are playing a chess game where you just tell everyone you hate the court so much that you get in your opponents in their own heads because they can't beat you. That's Daniil Medvedev right now. I am really enjoying this tournament, and I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the quarterfinals and the ones from today because I haven't seen the ones from today yet. But
same.
Yeah, Fares, what about you?
What I want you to do, I want you to like this video. I want you to subscribe to this channel. 3 away from 100. And I want you to also hit that notification bell to get all our notifications for all our videos. Usually drop at 3 o'clock. Sometimes we do a little different sometimes. So make sure to do that. But overall, I've been extremely happy with this tournament. The matches, Adelia, you know me. One day I had like 4 matches on at the same time. But I think that was probably it was probably a bad decision. You know why? Because I got tennis overload and I almost passed out. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a lot. It was a lot of tennis, like a lot of tennis. But yeah, I've been really happy.
Tennis,
yeah, but I'm really happy. I love that I'm learning more. I'm not an expert. I never said I was. We're just 2 fans learning and having fun, giving people dope nicknames like 7 Deadly. But overall,
it's just not going away, is it?
It's not, because I'm a freaking genius. All right. But on that note, hope you enjoyed my genius as much as I enjoyed my genius. And have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on our first ever live show of the rally. This is live.
Yep.
Adelia was like, you know what, Fares? Screw it. We'll do it live. And I was like, let's do it, Adelia. That's why we're here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a wonderful night. And see you in a couple of days when we talk about the quarterfinals. Peace.